Howdy folks, today is Friday, May 16th. It is 7:14 p.m. and the temperature is a very nice 24 degrees Celsius. Well, at least according to my phone, it feels a little bit cooler than that, and I'm standing alongside Lake Ontario at the downtown waterfront. And this is the east side of downtown. There's a look over towards the Portlands, which is undergoing probably the biggest redevelopment of, well, anywhere in the entire country right now, I would think. They're building a massive new community out there on Villiers Island. And there's a look over at the islands. And I just finished up recording a live stream where I came across a park that is currently being built, although apparently it's not actually going to be finalized and fully open until 2030, which is certainly an absurd timeline. So we're going to head over towards there. That's on Queens Quay East. First, we're going to pass through Sugar Beach, which is straight ahead. That's a man-made beach. And it was actually 27 degrees Celsius earlier today. But tomorrow's only going to be a high of 15, apparently. So this is the best weather we'll get for this long weekend. There's a pretty awesome view. The CN Tower looming in the distance. This place was probably a fair bit busier a few hours ago. But I think what I'll do is I'll just head north at Yonge Street and we'll walk alongside the Sky Tower, which is the tallest building in the entire country, or at least it will be when all is said and done. That is currently really starting to rise. That's Chorus Entertainment over there, a large media conglomerate. And it's worth noting tonight, the Maple Leafs play the Panthers. And it's game 6 of their series. The Leafs are trailing 3-2 after going up 2-0. So I guess you could say the Leafs are leafing. And that is one of the few remnants left of the old industrial days. It's the Redpath Sugar Refinery. I'm actually starting to get sand in my shoes. I'm gonna get off the sand. And it's been an absolutely fantastic day to get out and go for a walk around the city. There's a look towards the financial district, which is getting more and more obscured. with all these new developments going up. I think nearly $1 billion has been committed to redeveloping this side of the waterfront. That's between the province of Ontario and the city of Toronto. And there are plans to eventually run a streetcar or LRT along here and connect that to Villiers Island, and that can't come soon enough. This was all industrial and commercial use a few decades ago, but it's been quite extensively developed, and there's a huge community growing up called East Bayfront, just off in the direction the camera is facing. I used to live just north of here in the St Lawrence neighborhood, and I remember when this Loblaws opened up. It was kind of a perplexing location for it. It was in a sea of parking lots and industrial and commercial buildings, but now it's joined by another supermarket. There's a Farm Boy. As I go west along Queens Quay East, it's called Queens Quay, spelled Q-U-A. You'll often hear a lot of non-Torontonians call it Queens Quay. And whenever I buy sugar, it's either Redpath or a company called Landtech. I guess it depends on which one of those two your grocery store stocks. I currently have Redpath in my cupboard. But that new park is right over there. So we're gonna cross the street and go check it out. There's a museum as part of the sugar refinery here on the left. There seems to be a break in traffic. There's a massive new LCBO. I think that's the biggest LCBO in the entire chain. A lot of people think of the Summerhill LCBO as the flagship location. So I think that one is actually bigger in terms of square footage. And we've arrived at that new park going in. There's the Pinnacle, or the Sky Tower at Pinnacle 1. They've applied for a few height increases, and when all is said and done, that'll be over 1,100 feet tall. And here's the park, to be known as, at least for now, 10 Queens Quay East. We're gonna check out the notice the city posted here. 50 Queens Quay Park East in progress. This space will grow into a permanent park. So I couldn't see exactly how much money had been allocated towards this. That's gonna be 10,000 square meters. But before its permanent design takes shape, it'll be a park in progress, offering the public access to what they've come up with so far. There's the project timeline. Winter of 2025 to summer of 2027, community engagement and design development. What community? This area is brand new. Construction starts in 2029 and it opens in 2030. Government efficiency at its best. I'm not sure what there is to consult with the public on. Just hire someone who knows what they're doing and build the damn thing and save the public a lot of expense. We often see that same kind of mindset with transit. There are transit planners and experts who know exactly what the city needs and how money should be allocated. But government officials always think they know better, and then they bring the public, who frankly doesn't know anything at all about building transit, into the conversation. And we end up with study after study and consultation after consultation. And just a whole lot of money gets wasted to build something that is severely compromised over what would have been originally built. So even though I just learned of this place, I think it is absolutely absurd that 2030 is the completion date. I would personally not vote for anyone at City Council who's in favor of that. Literally, just design a damn park and build it. Throw a playground in there, have some paths, some trees, a place to sit. It's not big enough for a ball field. If there's not much in the way of recreational facilities in the area, maybe have a basketball court or a public tennis court. Build it and hand it over to the City of Toronto Parks and Rec. It's going to have an awesome view. Well, it does now, but I'm going to be 50 years old when that damn thing opens up. How did they build parks in the past? I'm pretty sure they didn't spend 5 years and tens of millions of dollars and countless public consultations. I guess they want the Airbnb residents of those buildings to weigh in and have a say. Is Freeland Street. And since we're here, let's go up Freeland and see if I can connect over to Yonge Street. I see one of the buildings already has businesses in it up and running at this big development just up here on the left. Hey, there's some geese enjoying their new park. No pesky humans to bother them. But this is part of the old Toronto Star building, the newspaper that inspired Superman. And there were plans to reclad it and add some floors to it. I think they've scaled those back. There's a look at the whole development in its entirety, and you can see how they've added height to the pinnacle at one. It was originally only going to be 1,025 feet tall, but they've got it up to 1,154 now. I was battling with One Bloor West to be the tallest in the city going up. Hey, there's a Timmy's in there that's open. Tahini's? So this first building is up. I think this one is either 709 or 865 feet tall. Not sure what that is in meters. It looks like there's a development going in on the north side of the future park. They've incorporated an old industrial building for the facade of it. I'm sure that building will be complete and fully occupied before that park opens up. And this is Lakeshore Boulevard coming up. Normally on a Friday evening or Friday night, I try to go somewhere lively. And there's a lot of people out, but we're just walking around redevelopment so far. That used to be the LCBO office, but they moved into that shiny new building we saw a little earlier on this. Here's part of Lakeshore I don't think I've ever recorded on the channel before. It gives us a unique view of the Sky Tower. It'll be the second super tall building, not including the CN Tower the city's seen. I'm assuming Tridel will finish One Bloor West before. Concord Addicts is building one up near Yonge and Gerrard. That will be 1,000 feet. There's a few more planned, including a Frank Gehry designed super tall at King West in the entertainment district. Made it to Yonge Street, pretty much. This is the crumbling Gardner Expressway. The Scotiabank Arena where the Leafs play is just off in that direction over at Bay Street. And this is the Esplanade. I walked along the Esplanade in a live stream a few days back. There's going to be a lot of pretty busy patios over there. I found myself just gravitating this way. Just walk past them and then head up to church. We'll probably be seeing a lot of blue jerseys walking by.
Is that up or street?
I can't remember.
Sounds like some people probably are from out of town and parked here.
Oh, Swan Lake.
They've got the Jays game on. It looks like Jays are losing. Hey, I'm getting a phone call. Hopefully I remember to edit the audio out. Hello? Yep. All right. Apparently I won some tickets to Absolute Comedy. And he's calling back. He said he would leave me the details on my voicemail. There's the Spaghetti Factory. This place is quite good, Scotland Yard. I've been going here for a long time. It's good they set those TVs up out on the patio. That was really smart on their part. And the beer market, they'll have TVs inside there, and that's connected to Goose Island. And there's a new supermarket that's opened up in the area. Okay, I just got a notification, missed call and voicemail.
You know, nobody wants to write a contract.
All right, let's go up. There is a Banksy, an original Banksy apparently. Someone has defaced it with a decal. It's a very quiet patio. This is the St Lawrence Neighbourhood. Let's see, Timmy's, Ryan's scrambled eggs. Speaking of patios, the Hot House has a pretty big one. That's a mainstay of this area. I'll probably come back and do a St. Lawrence walk in the evening at some point. There's the Flatiron Building. And there is a pub, the Firkin, in there that is open. And they used to have an outdoor patio, but I guess with this construction, they're gonna have to suck it up. I wonder if they're getting some type of rent abatement. I love this stretch of Front Street. And it's Birksea Park. And no, the dog fountain isn't turned on yet. I was kind of hoping it would be. That's a bit of a bummer. Still a lovely place to hang out. Apparently we're getting thunderstorms in a few hours. And this is Wellington Street, which has recently seen its sidewalks redone. There's a few patios over there. Old Town Toronto, Birksea Park. Cantina Mercado. There's where the Marché used to be. The Movenpick Marché, but Movenpick has left Toronto, and it looks like we're gonna run out of sidewalk. And now it is north up the west side of Yonge Street. We got 14 minutes to the Leaf start. I'll probably put it on my phone and watch it as I ride line north or line 1 north up to Midtown. I'm gonna have to find some dinner on the way home. My stomach is not happy with me.
I think he's over there then.
Just wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm not feeding it by now. That's interesting. I don't mean to peep, but there's a dude in there on DaVinci Resolve, it looks like, editing something. Wonder what he's doing on his MacBook. It's the software I use. Chipotle, there's an idea. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just head up to Queen and I'll pop into the subway there. Pizziolo. I had a pizza last night with Ken from the Ken Continuum on a live stream. And there's a look at Craft. That place will be quite busy tonight. It's basically a giant sports bar. Cross back over. As I'm getting on the subway at Queen, I want to be on the east side of Yonge.
Expensive.
Look along Temperance Street. There's the place I should probably get into before it closes, Saks Fifth Avenue. That flagship Bay and Saks store will be no more. very soon. Apparently, Canadian Tire has purchased the rights to their brand names. So it's possible in one form or another the bay might live on. It certainly won't be anything at all like what it is now. And there goes a westbound streetcar along Richmond Street. You'll be seeing those for another 3 or 4 years. Well, that's the 503 Kingston. King Street just to the south of here has an interruption along their streetcar line due to repairs at King and Church, and Queen Street is not running between Victoria and York. They're diverting down to Richmond and Adelaide. So those detours are being well used. And we are at Queen. The stretch just north of here is quite lively and vibrant, pretty much all the way up to Bloor. I'll save that for a future Friday in the evening or at night. This is that part of Queen that's closed off. But I hope you enjoyed this one, starting at Sugar Beach, checking out a future park, one with an absolutely ridiculous and not wasteful at all timeline. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, you already know the results by now, but go Leafs. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.